Okay, you are a guitar player, you're in a studio, and they ask you to play a chord. For example, just a simple chord. They ask you to play C major. I'm using a simple chord as an example. And then if you are lucky, they may give you the chance to play it wherever you want on the guitar. But in some cases they might tell you what voicings to use depending on the makeup of the music they are recording. So that's why that as guitar players we need to try to understand not only the instrument but also music theory. I mean, I don't think you have to go. I don't think you have to go very very deeply into it, but at least there's some musical elements that are necessary, that are crucial uh, in and for us guitar players to understand and apply. And when you step into a studio, you need to be ready to perform and to do what they ask you to do. So that's why. But it is, for me, in my opinion, it is better to try to understand how to build the chords on the guitar as opposed to memorizing the chords, because man, there are so many versions of one chord that you can play. How are you going to memorize all of them? So one of the best way to learn and to understand chords is to know how to find the notes on the guitar to make the chords, as opposed to remembering the chords. Of course, there are chords that are basically standard, that most of us guitar players, we know them because they are kind of standard chords. So if we most of well most of the guitar players that are serious, most of the guitar players who are serious about playing the instrument, they learn most of the standard chord shapes on the guitar. But let's say, but if you go to a studio, they ask you to play C major. Okay, you're gonna play C major, right? Okay, and you can play it. You can play it in several positions on the guitar. All right. Okay. All right, and you can. Well, the best way for me, the best way to learn that chord is to know the notes in the chord. I know, okay, C major is C, E, G. So I can wherever on the guitar I can find those three notes, then I can play the chord. All I need to do is to play those three notes together simultaneously. So yeah, okay. Well, on the third fret I have my C and fifth string, and then I got my E on the fourth string. Okay, second fret, and I got the open G, and I got my C octave on the second string, first fret. Okay, so I got the notes. I got all the notes I need, so I can play the chord. And I can move. I can try to find those same three notes anywhere on the guitar to play the same chord. I can move up here. You know, there's another one, and you can play inversions of the chord. Okay, let's see if I can find more chord. Oh, I can come here and play. Okay, I can say this is E, this is G, and this is C. Okay, then I can play inversion. That would be the second inversion of the same chord. Okay, I can come up here. This is C here. This is C, high C, and this E, and this is C. Oh, C right here on the 8th fret, and I got G. Okay, yeah, I got C, E, and I got G right here also, so I can play the same chord. That's still C. C major, different positions and inversions. Okay, so I can even go a little further. Okay, I can go to that C here on the C, E, and G. I can play the chord. Okay, all you need to know the three notes, and then you can try to find all those three notes anywhere they exist on the fretboard, and play them together, and you play the chord. Now, what if they ask you to play another version of C major? They ask you to play C9. Okay, now you may not remember the shape of that chord. Now they're asking you to play more notes than the basic triad. So if they ask you to play C9, for example, well, C at 9. Okay, now you have your triad, those three notes that we just played. Now you have to find 9. 9 is actually number 2 note in the C major, in the major scale. In the case of C major, it's going to be D. Then you need to find D. Okay, but if you try to memorize the shapes of the chords, you may not remember that particular shape at that time, like in the studio. So, but now if you know how to find your notes on the guitar, and then you can play that extension, which is D. Okay, so I'm gonna play. Let's see. I'm gonna play my regular triad. Okay. Okay. Now you ask me to play C9. I'm gonna play D. The note D. I'm gonna use the one on D on the third fret, second string, and then I'm gonna have C major at 9. You can move that chord. So now if they ask you to play okay, basically what you need to what I try to do when I practice chord, I try to like think more than the basic chord. I say, okay, you know, okay, what I ask myself some questions. Okay, I probably say something like, you know, do you know, can you play, or can I play, okay, C major 6/9? Okay, then I say, of course, all I need to do is know the basic triad, and then find 6 and 9. Then I say, well, what is 6 in the major scale? For example, in the C major scale, since I'm playing a C chord. Okay, I know 6 is note number 6 in the C major scale is A, and note number 2 is D. So I need to find those two notes to add to my basic triad. So I'm gonna find 6 right here. A, that is second fret, third string, and then I got D on the second string, third fret. I also have I have my fifth of the chord, which is G right here. Then I got E, which is the third right here, and then I got A. Well, I think I already say that A, which is the sixth, and D, which is the 9, and then E, which is the third, and the root on the fifth string, third fret. That should give me my C major 6/9. 6/9. Okay, it's a movable chord, but if you have a bass player, okay, if you have a bass player with you, then that will make it easier for you to play some chords, because now it's the 6/9. If you have a bass player with you, so he or she's going to be playing the root, of course, which is C. So you may not need to play the C chord, the C, not the C chord, the C note, which is the root. You just play the rest of the other notes in the chord. Then you can play. You can just finger the note E and the rest. And then the bass player is playing the root. Okay, so that's 6/9, a C major 6/9. Okay, now what I'm trying to explain to you, that instead of memorizing chords, except of course for the standard chords that we all know, it's better to try to understand how to build those chords yourself on the guitar. So in the studio, for example, you will not be struggling to play what they ask you to play. Okay, now then you have to experiment with the chord, and when you practice, pick a chord. You don't have to, because when you know one chord, especially if it is movable, then you know a lot. You know several chords because you can move that chord up and down the neck, and you play different chords. You transpose. You know, so when you practice one chord, that means you're practicing several chords at the same time. So, but you need to try to experiment. You need to be curious. You want to be like, you want to discover things that maybe other musicians have not discovered yet. You know, so something like, speaking of experimenting, like if I have, let's say, okay, I want to play C using a higher voicing, for example, then I can try to use, not a higher voicing, higher voicings. Then I can try to use maybe an inversion of the chord. For example, yeah, I can say, okay, let's see, this is G right here, this is C, this is E. Okay, I got G, C, E. I know those belong to the C major chord, and I have C right here on the 8th fret, first string. So what I got to do, press on that's on the 5th fret. On the 5th fret I'm going to press G, C, E, and on the 8th fret I'm going to press C, which is octave, and then I have my C chord. Okay, and you can move this chord up and down the neck. Okay, back to the C. Now you don't stop. I'm not going to stop, right there. I'm not going to stop right there. I want to know more. Maybe I can get more chords from this C major triad. Well, I know this is the root. One thing I know, if I move the root half step, which is 1 fret down, I'm gonna get C major 7th. Okay, see? And if I continue moving chromatically downward, now if I move 1 downward, that means I'm going to play half step 1 fret down again. That will be, then I'm going to play B flat, right? That will be C dominant 7th. And if I move 1 more fret down, all right, so that will be, this one will be C. Did I say C? Yeah, this one will be C major 6. Okay, C major 6. Okay, so now what if you move? I'm talking about now the note that I'm moving down by half steps is on the first string. I'll start with C, and I play C major 7 by playing B note, C dominant 7, I play the B flat, and C major 6, I play A. And now if I keep going, and I can go ahead and play, let's see, A flat, A flat right here, and if I can finger the G here, I can play, I can make it fuller. Okay, A flat, that means that's flat 6, which is also sharp 5. Sharp 5. So that's, I just play C major augmented. Okay, augmented. And you can keep moving down, you know, now you play G, now you play C major, try it again, because now you reach the 5th of the chord on the first string. Oh, sorry. Then you try, you just try to experiment. Now, what if I say, okay, now I'm playing C major try. What if I play the open A? The open A I have here, okay. Okay, that would be C major 6, because the A note is the the 6th note in the C major scale. All right. So okay, what if I say, well, let me play F. Okay, let me play F on the third fret. Okay, fourth string. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is F. Okay, that is because I played the 4th note. I added the 4th note in the key of C major, which is F. Now I have C suspended 4. C sus 4. Okay. Okay, so you just have to experiment, because experiment with the chords, because in the studio, you know, you have to be ready to play whatever version, whatever type of chords, whatever types of chords they ask you to play. Okay, so now if let's experiment a little bit more with the C, the A major, in the high, in the high frequencies here. That's it. Alright. Okay, so okay, this is C. C on the 3rd. I'm on the 5th fret with C. With C on the 3rd string. And I got E on the 5th fret. On the 5th fret, 2nd string. And I got the G on the first string, 3rd fret. Okay, if I want to play major 7, I need to lower C a half step to play B, and that C is on the 5th fret, 3rd string. Then I'm going to lower it. I'm going to lower that C half step to play B on the 4th fret, 3rd string. And this is my C major 7th. Okay? And you can move again, you can move it up and down in it. Oops. Now, what I want to push it a little, push it a little further. You know, so what about if I want to play C? If I want to play C dominant 7th, okay, what I need B flat. So I just play B to play B. I just play the note B to play C major 7th, So now all I need to do, lower that B half step, 1 fret to play B flat, and I'm gonna get C dominant 7. All right, let's try that. Okay. All right. There you go. Okay. If I can, let me see if I can finger that G. Okay. Up. All right. Okay. Now, if you pluck, you know, the A note by mistake, okay, you're gonna think that is it. You're gonna say, well, I just made a mistake because I should not, you did not intend to play that note, but it's 6. Well, you might be able to get away with it because you can just say, well, you also play the 6. So okay, you can say, well, I play C dominant 7 6. You can say that, you know. So all right, so all right, now I'm going to try to go a little even further than that. Now this one is just dominant 7, okay? Because okay, now what if I lower the B flat 1 fret down, which is 1 step, not 1 step, half step. You know, I don't know if I said 1 step anywhere in the video. If I said that was wrong, because I'm talking about half step, moving in half step. So now I'm going to move B flat half step down, one fret, and I'm going to end up playing A. Then the chord now. Remember, you still have to remember where you started. You have to remember the root that you're using that's your reference. That's what I'm trying to say. You're using the root C as your reference to play those chords that we are practicing right now. Okay, now we're still thinking in term of C major. Okay, so now I'm going to lower B flat one fret down, and then we're gonna play A, then we go, and then up. Okay, yeah. Okay, you see? Now you have C major 6, okay? Because you add A. Well, what if you play the open D string? Okay, let's see. Okay, now the D is 9, so now you play C major 9. Okay, in this case I can even add the low A to make it a fuller chord. And what if you want to, you know, if you don't have a bass player, you know, and you want to play the root on the fifth string, 3rd fret, maybe you can do that too. G on the sixth string if you can. You know, but you know, it's gonna take a lot of it takes practice and strength to play some of those chords. So so you get the point. You get the point that I'm trying to make. You have to be able to make to make your own chords, as opposed to remembering chords. Except of course, like I told you before, for the standard chords that we all know. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to talk about today, on this Sunday. And because the best way, we have to create, we have to experiment on with whatever instrument that we play to be more efficient. That's basically the point I'm trying to make. Okay, it's like let's see, this is C right here. So you can play C major anywhere you want, as long as you know the notes that C major includes. Okay. Okay, C major. This is open C major 7. This is another C major 7. This is another one. Different voicings. This is another one. We just played that. We just played that earlier. And this is one this is another one on the starting on the 8th fret. You can play the wood. You can come here. Let's get okay. Maybe you can play it you can play it right here. Okay, this is okay. Then I can play it right here too. Let's see. Okay, right there. I can be right here, and you can move. You know, you need to be able to find the notes that are in the chords you want to play, and then know where they are on the guitar, on the fretboard, and then combine them and play them. I think that's better than trying to remember them. You know, that's the point I'm trying. That's the point I'm trying to make.